Today I'm joined by Anastasia Ermakova. Anastasia is a 4-time Olympic champion, 9-time world champion, 7-time European champion, and inducted into the International Swimming Hall of Fame in 2015. Welcome, Anastasia.
Well, thank you very much for this introduction. It's a pleasure for me. And hello, everyone.
Anastasia, can you explain in a few words what the sport of synchronized swimming is that you're so passionate about?
Synchronized swimming is, it's difficult to explain it just in a few words, but I'd say that it's a very complicated sport. And I think that it's one of the most difficult sport that exists. When I started the sport, it was very easy to explain. It was ballet in the water. Now it's very difficult ballet in the water. But also it's still very beautiful sport, but for very strong people.
Yeah. And I think what most people don't know, it requires a lot of training hours in a day, right? I think it's one of the sports similar to ballet where you have long training days.
Yes. Actually, because it's a very complicated sport and it includes in a lot of different kind of preparation. Apart synchronized swimming, we have a lot of just athletic preparation, gymnastic preparation, acrobatic, ballet, also just normal sports swimming, and also all kind of preparation for synchronized swimming. So because of this, we need to spend at least 6-7 hours per day in the water. But as a national team, we spend 10 hours a day in the water.
Yeah, that leads almost perfectly into the next question. What happened after the Atlanta Olympic Games in 1996? Since 2000, the Russian team has swept all gold medals in 5 consecutive Olympic Games. How can you explain that?
I think that Russian people, they are very motivated people. And of course, in Russia, synchronized swimming came very late. So that's why for a lot of years, for a long period, Russians should work a lot, to get enough knowledge, to get enough athletes, good athletes, to be able to compete in the international competition in the same level, in the highest level. And but as I said, the Russian people, very motivated people and very hard workers. And I think that just for these previous years, we as Russians, we tried to learn as much as possible, and we tried to work as much as possible to achieve this level. And as soon as it happened, we did it, and we continue work a lot. So it's very important to understand that Russian Olympic team and Russian synchronized swimming never give up. So even after all these medals, even after all these victories, we never think that okay, we are the best. We always think that there are a lot of people, a lot of our concurrents, a lot of other athletes, other countries that work a lot to achieve the same. So that's why after every victory, a Russian team continues work even more and even harder than it was before to be always the best and to participate in the best level.
And is the competition inside the country more difficult, or is the competition inside the country higher than outside? Meaning, is it easier to win the Olympics than qualifying for it?
I'd say yes, but because so we have a lot of athletes, so we have a lot of people that could change you. So because, for example, in a lot of countries, there are not enough people, for enter into the team. And so they don't have this problem. They just work with all these athletes and that's all. In Russia, for every people, maybe for every athlete, maybe 20, 30 person or even more that want to enter into the team. So of course, for the national competition, for the national qualification, it's very, very difficult. And but after this, it's not less difficult, because after this, yes, you're now in national team, but still you need to compete, and still you need to work for the medals.
Yeah. In your athletic life, what was your darkest moment?
My darkest moment. So it's a little bit difficult, because maybe I have two kind of moments like this. So first, it was about my injury, because in 2002 I got injury with my shoulder, and I needed to work with it. I needed to train with it for 6 years. Until I participate and finish with Olympic in 2008 in Beijing. And I think it was the darkest moment, because, you know, I was very motivated and I wanted a lot, and I needed to work, because I understand it's the same as like national qualification, the same like international qualification, international competition. So I could not give up. And so I needed to work all these hours, but with this injury, with this pain, it was really, really difficult. Sometimes I just woke up in the morning and I could not raise my arm, and I needed to go to the swimming pool. So, and I think, yes, maybe this one is the darkest moment in my athletic career, because it was just very difficult. And it's not only like, you know, like I'm tired. It's something that always bother me in a very, very hard way. So yeah, I think this one.
Yeah. And just to get this right, I read it when I made my research. So you got the injury in 2002.
Yeah.
You became double Olympic champion in 2004, double Olympic champion in 2008, and you got surgery in 2009. So for 6 years you trained with the pain and had all the successes with the pain?
Yes, because actually, as I said, our sport is very complicated sport. And it's, you know, it's very difficult to lose or to skip just a month or a time for recovery. So I did not have enough time to make this surgery done and to recover after this surgery and continue working in the same level. So if I did this surgery earlier, I think that I lost a lot of time, and it was very difficult to gain the enough shape, gain the shape I needed to continue compete in the same level. So that's why I never tried to do it before the Beijing, and I just did it after I decided that, okay, now I just want to rest. And maybe I do this surgery, and after I decide if I want to return to the professional sport or I just retired.
In 2009, you had the surgery. Did you plan on coming back? Because I think your partner went on for one more Olympic Games, right?
Yes, actually, yes. I wanted to continue, but it was, you know, in this time it was depend on my injury. So I hoped that after this surgery I will able to resolve my problem and continue working for the next Olympic Games. But after I did it, I tried to get enough shape, and it was okay. But as soon as I felt, as soon as I start training a little bit harder, the pain again returned to me. And so in that time, I decided that, okay, I don't want to do it anymore. So I think that I did not have enough motivation, you know, because when you're a young athlete, when you have a lot of motivation to achieve something new, and so you say, okay, I want to do it. But when you already have 4 gold medals, and you just imagine that you need to work again 2-3 hours with the same pain you already know about, it was very difficult, I think, that psychologically and mentally. And so that's why I decided, no, I think that it's enough. Maybe it's it's like a sign, it's a destiny that I just need to stop here, and that's all.
Something new, to start something new.
Yeah.
What was your best moment?
I think that the best moment was when first time, no, not first time, actually, when we won our qualification, as you said before, a national qualification, to be the first to do it from Russia for the Olympics in 2004. I think it was my best moment because it was very difficult. So first I could say that also previous, it was the darkest moment when, so very, very short, briefly, in 2001, we were with my partner, we were still juniors. And we started also competing as a national duet. We were very young, 18 years old. And we already immediately we needed to go to Japan. In Japan, it was the duet who already won the second place, the silver medal in the previous Olympic Games in 2000. So we go as a guest in their country. So for our sport is almost impossible. So two young girls go to Japan for to compete with Japanese duet that everyone know already and who already the silver medalist in the Olympic Games. Yes, we lost that competition. We were second, but just with a little difference in the score. And so maybe because we were very young, maybe because it was Japan, everything. I think, or maybe because all this together. After this, we promised to ourselves that next year we will win this gold medal as a duet, and we did. After this, we decided, okay, we did this gold medal, so now we are going for preparation for the Olympic in 2004. And in this moment, our gold medalists from 2000, they decided to return and take our place. So I think that this was the darkest moment because actually we didn't have enough support in that moment because yes, you're already gold medalist, but still you skip 2 years and we already show everyone that we are the best in this moment. And from this moment, we started our national qualification that lasts for almost 2 years. Every time we won, every time they did us, no, we need to do one more. And it was like, I could not see the end of this qualification because it was never without end because it was always end again and again and again. And that moment that finally we did our last competition and we won it. And in that moment, we understood that finally we did it and we go for Olympic 2004. I think that this was the best moment in my life. Even not Olympic as at all, but just qualification for this Olympic.
What made the difference between you guys and the previous the team that won the Olympics in 2000?
I think that there is no difference at all. So also that those athletes, they worked a lot. They were very good athletes. And but only one difference was that maybe we were younger and maybe we still were more motivated because as I said, they already achieved their gold medal. And I think in that moment, they were a little bit more relaxed And we were, very, very motivated, and we wanted it too much. And maybe in that moment, actually, we wanted more than they did, I don't know. But I think that it's more this motivation we had as a young, as a young athlete, that we only start our career and we only start this way, and we just wanted to do it.
Yeah. Anastasia, you have 4 Olympic gold medals. Which one is the sweetest one?
I don't know. It's very difficult because first 2, they were first, and it's okay. It was what we wanted, it's our goal, I just say like our child's goal, because when I was child, I wanted this, and I achieved this goal. So I managed to get it. And second, it was like experience, just more adult experience, just one more time to show to all the world that we are the best. And also in that moment, I was very happy because I was very, very tired. So I think that all of these medals are very sweet for me, but in a different way.
Yeah, cool. If you could travel back in time, 10, 20 years, what advice would you give a younger you?
I think it's that never give up. So never give up and always follow your dreams, because all dreams, even very, very fantastic dreams, very difficult dreams, always can come true if you work enough for it and if you believe in it. And also, you always need to believe in yourself, because sometimes I think if I return these 10, 20, 30 years back, sometimes I think I felt that, a little bit, I was a little bit lost in myself, in my dreams, in my ideas, in my thoughts. And also sometimes I lost a little bit this belief in myself. So, and maybe someone told me that, no, you need to believe, you need to go on, you need to continue work on it, you need to go forward. And so it's the same thing that I would say to me younger, returning to this 20, 30 years old.
Okay. You started your sport at the age of 5. When did you realize that you can be really, really good?
I think in 98. I explain. I always tried a lot, but first in my group, in my team, in my club team, I was the youngest athlete. And so for me, it was very, very difficult because I always tried to go behind all these people. But I was so young that only because of the physical aspect, I couldn't. And so for me, it was very difficult. And so I always saw myself a little bit backwards, a little bit behind their backs. And after also in my team, even if I entered in the team in the youth team, I always was okay, but not good enough. So because I saw that I could, but I always saw someone in front of me. And that's why it always was for me like, okay, I need to work more. I need to add something more. I need to gain something more for me, to reach something. Because I never believed in that moment that I can be the best and I'm the best. Because I always saw all these backs in front of me, And in 98, first time I won national competition for my age, and that year was also very particular for me because it was the first Youth Olympic Games that were in Moscow. And it was really great experience because it was like a dream, because we always dreamed to go to Olympic Games, and they created the Olympic Games for the yours generation. So I think that we could participate there from 15 years to 19 or 18 years, depends on the sport. For our sport, so I was 15 years old, and it was, so our age started from 15 and younger. And so I managed to enter in this national team and to be the first solo and first duet from this team. And after that, I also managed to win everything. So from 4 medals, I won 4 medals. And I think that moment was the best moment in my life in that period, because I think that moment was like a gift for me when finally I realized that I can be the best.
Was that also the moment when you realized you can be Olympic champion? Because you mentioned as a kid you have that dream, but when did this dream really become like a tangible goal?
Yes, of course. But I think also in that moment, I just needed, just like this push for me to realize that I can be the best. So it was like one more appreciation and one more realization that also helped me a lot for my next, for my future way and road to Olympics, real Olympic Games.
What are the habits that make you a successful person and athlete?
So it's a discipline. So if you don't have enough discipline in your life, not only in sport, also in your life, in your thoughts, in your head, it's impossible to reach something. And it's impossible to be successful people, because if you're not disciplined people, if you're not if you don't have order in your life, in your habits, in your work, so it's impossible. So I think that the most beautiful and the most useful habit is discipline. And of course, to work hard, because without hard work, we can't reach anything.
Yeah. There's also that saying, I don't know who said it, but someone said discipline equals freedom, right? The more discipline you have, the more freedom you have, because you are able to do anything.
Yes, of course. Because when you have the chaos in your life, the chaos in your head, you can be free, because you can't go from it, because you always have something in your head, so you can be free. But when you put it on everything on this place, on the own place, it's much easier to have the free time. It's much easier to have the free ideas, so the fresh ideas for you. And it's, of course, to have freedom and be free from everything.
Do you have a morning routine?
Yes. So actually, the last year it's a little bit more difficult because of the kids. Because my morning routine is to wake up very early and to do yoga or some exercises. I need to drink a glass of water before eating something. And I need to meditate at least 10-15 minutes. But with the kids, it's for now, it's almost impossible, because even if I wake up at 6 a.m. and I put my mat on the floor, to do some yoga, someone can just get up and start screaming, "Mommy!" And so in that moment, my morning routine just finished. So I have this morning routine, and actually I can say that when I manage to do it, my day is absolutely different. So my day is just beautiful, and I feel myself very, very good, very comfort, because I just need, maybe after the sport, I don't know, but I need my time, my own time without anyone. And, just to focus on my day, just to concentrate myself on my day, or on the things I need to do during the day. And after this, I feel myself calmer, much calmer than when I wake up, like a jump because I need to run somewhere with the kids, and they screaming everywhere, and I feel very imbalanced when I wake up in this way. And so yes, morning routine is very important for me.
How do you prepare yourself for important moments?
With a little meditation, but not only like an ordinary meditation. Meditation is also to come into me and, to think about this moment, what I need to do, and just to focus on it. And I need to be a little bit alone, just for this focusing moment. And I need to be very, very calm. So, and that's all, because I never prepared myself with something strange rituals. I actually don't like to read. For example, if I need to speak, I don't like to read it. Or if I need to do something, I don't need to some preparation. The best preparation is inside me. So I need, maybe because the same like an athlete, if I go for the competition, I need to start now. So I don't need to do anything because I already ready for this. I already work for it for a lot of time. And so I know that I did a lot. So, and if I want to work more in the last moment, it's just like a confusion. And it's just like, I think that anxiety, So just you need to be calm and to be able to collect all these things you already knew, all these things that you already prepared before, and just to go.
You are a 9-time world champion. How did the preparation change over the years preparing for world championships?
As I said, after every victory, we always thought that all we need to do is just work harder and harder, because our opponents work always more to be able to be the best, to be able to win. So I think that also it was a very difficult moment, because with every our victory, we needed to work more to be able to show that we still the best. And it was also very, very difficult, even mentally, because, it's like a very big pressure, because when you win the first time, the people see you and say, yes, they are very good, so they can win. So they are winners here, But when every time you come and you win, so the people want to find something better than you, they want to find some errors, mistakes in your performance. And I think that a lot of people, when they don't find it, they are a little bit disappointed about it, because they just think, but it's impossible. It's impossible that they are so good, that every year they're so good, that every year they just perfect. And so when you realize that the people waiting from you the best, just the perfect performance, but we are not a robot, we are just a human being. And when you realize it, it's very, very difficult in a mental way to concentrate for this performance. And that's why every new world championship, every new hour performance, even just a show, was very difficult because every time you need to show that you're still the same like you were 2 or 3 years ago, and even better.
How do you overcome setbacks, failures? So if things don't go your way.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I think just I tried to put myself on the positive way and say like it was just like experience that came to me, to make myself even stronger, to like a new knowledge for me that show me that I need to work in a different way or something. Yes, of course, sometimes I was disappointed about it, but after thinking about it, after working with myself, with my thoughts, with my head, I realized that it's okay. So it was, I have one more chance to improve, to go forward and to become better.
Who is your role model and why?
I think I never had any role model, because I think that the best what you can see, so I actually admire the people, successful people. I admire the people who work a lot and who manage to achieve their goals. And for me, it's very big motivation to see these people, but I never can nominate one person for being my role model. So I think that every different person can show you something, can teach you, something that will be very useful for yourself, very useful for your growth. But I never choose someone for being this role model for me.
Cool. What is the best advice you received and who gave it to you?
I think the best advice, as I said already, it was just like you need to work. You don't need never to look at your appointments. So, for example, when I competed, I never watch the different performance of my appointments, only after competition, maybe in a video or something, because it was for me always a little bit distraction. And I think it was a very good advice, because you don't have, so that advice was like, you don't have your appointments. Only one appointment of you is yourself. So I always tried, after this advice, I always tried to compete with myself, to do my best. And this was really very good, because, in this case, I never was afraid of the judges. I never was afraid of someone. I just knew that I need to do my best and to win myself. By doing it, I already done what I needed to do. And what already after the judges, which score they give me or what the people say about me, I knew that I was with my best. And so after, everything is just a destiny.
Back in the days, how did a typical training day look like?
I woke up at 6:30. Usually we had maybe some running for 30 minutes. It's like a breathing practice in the morning, because after we needed to spend a lot of time in the swimming pool, with the chlorine and everything. So we needed to have a lot of oxygen. After I had breakfast, I never skipped the breakfast because it's very, very important. After we go for the swimming pool, and we spend there about 4.5, 5 hours. after one and a half for the gym, after lunch, after just a little nap for 1 hour, sometimes it was less, 45 minutes. And then again, 4.5, 5 hours in the swimming pool. And then we're done. We did everything. So we tried to go sleep. So I didn't have dinner because I tried to keep my diet and to be in the correct weight, especially because of my injury. So, I always tried to avoid the extra weight. Even 1 kilo was too much for my injury because I needed to work with it. I needed to swim with this. And so I never had my dinner. And after we just went to sleep and tried to fall asleep, that it was very, very difficult.
You wrote a book, Dancing in the Water. What was your motivation to write the book?
For a lot of years, we received always the same question about synchronized swimming and about our life. And after this, I realized that even if for a lot of years we respond the same question, but the people still don't know anything about synchronized swimming. So the idea was to explain what is synchronized swimming and how you can eat it, So that's why this book was like a question answer. I found my friend who don't know anything about synchronized swimming, and I asked her to make me all this question she wants to know about synchronized swimming. And so this book was created in this way. So to be able to explain as more possible, about synchronized swimming, like techniques, about synchronized swimming at all, about synchronized swimming in professional way. So everything what one person who far from sport, who far from synchronized swimming can just think, we tried to respond.
Cool. We're coming to the end. Do you want to nominate someone to be interviewed?
Yeah. After I was thinking about it a lot, I think that the very good candidate for this interview should be Bill May. I say it's the first higher performer in synchronized swimming, a man who finally, after a lot of years, managed to got his gold medal in the World Championship. And it's a person who really can say a lot about synchronized swimming, because for a lot of years he just had been living in this sport, and it was like his lifestyle, and he really loves synchronized swimming, and he's really great person and amazing person. And I think that it will be very, very interesting to speak with him.
Really cool. Thank you. What is going on in your life at this moment in time?
So I continue work a little bit with synchronized swimming. I work like a choreographer. I create a lot of choreographies worldwide. So the last team I was working with before the COVID situation was a Canada national team. And I also worked a lot with the Kazakhstan national team, with Austrian team, and with a lot of different teams worldwide. But the news that I have, that, as I said, I really love yoga. And I love it first for myself, just, to make me in shape with myself, to make me in peace with myself, my body and my mind. And after I realized that now is a great moment. And so I started to learn as a teacher. And now I got finally my 500 hours read certificate. And I became a certified teacher. But the point was, because I realized that yoga is also very, very good also for the athletes. And it could be a very great opportunity and very good possibility for the athletes, especially even for my sport, even for synchronized swimming, because I think that with yoga, just adding it for a little bit, you know, in the normal life of the athlete, in the normal routine of the athlete, we can be able to resolve a lot of problems, a lot of mental problems, and a lot of also injuries or, you know, or something. So it also can give a very faster recovery, you know, after training or after injuries. And so now I'm working on it and trying to create, you know, the best way of yoga for the synchronized swimming and yoga for the athletes. So this is the project that I think and I believe it could be really, really great thing for the athlete and very great help for the athlete and for the coaches.
Yeah. And what would you think is the minimum effective dose of yoga to see the benefits for athletes?
But I think that even 30 minutes in day, instead of doing maybe sometimes skip something, you know, in the gym, for example, but even 30 minutes a day could be a very good help and very good, you know, will have very good feedback from the athlete.
And when your program for athletes is done, where can we find it?
Actually, I would like to start working online, maybe, you know, trying to work with some athlete or maybe with some teams online, because now it's, we know it very easy. There is a Zoom, Zoom conference, and we used a lot of Zoom conference for doing some preparation and for doing some classes, you know, during the COVID. And so we also can do it in some way, or maybe after I also prepare some kind of course that will be available online, you know, that everyone can use it and everyone can gain it for their own preparation or for the team preparation. And I hope it will be really help.
Really cool. Where can people find you?
So for now, at this moment, I live in Italy. And of course, I always available in my Instagram account and in Facebook account. And I always happy to meet new people. And so if people could be interested in speaking with me or to make some question to me or anyway, they can text me in my Instagram messages or Facebook, and I will be happy always to reply them.
Anastasia, thanks a lot for your time. That was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.